one must die for the people, and that one is Jesus. But why? Why did he have to die? And for what reason? He had to save the people. He had to die to pay the debt of justice. This is what the church teaches. And that is what we must say. That debt, of course, freely caused by those who condemned Christ. But that death was a death that settled the old debt, not only of original sin, but all personal sins the men had. We had committed since the original of humanity. It was an act of justice. I repeat, the church teaches this. Some perhaps don't want to remember it today, but it is an act of justice. And because only God could pay such a debt, no man could do it. Not because the sacrifice of an innocent man, for example, a murderer, was not valuable, but because the debt was so great that only God could pay it. Quote, one had to die for the people. This placed us before Jesus as the only Redeemer, the only one. We are not Redeemers. Not even the Blessed Virgin Mary, our beloved Mother, is Redeemer. There is only one Redeemer, and that is Jesus, He alone, for He alone is God, made man. Our Mother is not a God, and we certainly are not. Therefore, there are no Redeemers with Jesus. Jesus is the only Redeemer, the only great mediator between God and men. But we can collaborate with the Redeemer, and in that sense of collaboration, of help, very little, but help, none less. In this sense, we can say it that we are co-redeemers, but in the sense of giving up the praxis co, the word of the meaning of collaboration, collaborators with the Redeemer. For only Christ is God made man, and He alone redeemed us with His blood, with His death, with His resurrection. If this is the doctrine, and we understand it as the Church teaches, that our collaboration is important. For example, when we offer our personal suffering to those of Christ, when we unite ourselves with our lives, with all that we are, to render the suffering of Christ. If this is so, why don't we do it? If Jesus is going to be killed, why are we not with Him? If Christ is being crucified, why don't we defend Him, even at the cost of our lives? The defense of Jesus, that defense the good thief carried out when he was crucified with Him, the defense of Jesus is indispensable. Then and now, the offer the Lord our suffering is to collaborate with Him. To offer the Lord our sufferings, which often implies an added, accepted suffering, which is to pay the consequences of being at His side and defending Him. The suffering that comes to us because of illness, old age, the problems we seek for ourselves, or the suffering we accepted for defending Jesus and for being at His side. All this is part of the collaboration, which we have the duty and the right to do it. I repeat, in this sense of collaboration, we are co-redeemers. It is very significant that the Church, for example, when it speaks of founders, also speaks of co-founders. A very ancient religious order, the servants of the Mother of God, is the order of the 7 founders. The Church does not say that there are 7 co-founders. It says 7 founders. On the other hand, the Church says that when there is a founder and the members of that institution, late or consecrated, live while the founder lives, all of them are co-founders. They are not founders. I say it as in the case of the servants, they are co-founders. We can be collaborators with the redemption of Christ. Christ is the Redeemer, the only Redeemer. Christ is God made man. But He asks us for our help. He asks for our collaboration, and He asks us to collaborate by suffering with Him our pains, our sacrifice, and He asked us for collaboration in defending Him, just as then asked the collaboration of His disciples, and almost none of them gave it to Him. Let us give Christ what He's asking us for, because He has the right to find it.